It is Angela, your favorite life insurance agent. And I have a question for you guys that I feel like many of us have wondered whether we've actually said it or not. Have you ever wished that maybe like your car insurance or your health insurance would actually give you the money back that you paid, the monthly premium, the monthly payment you make every month back if you don't use it? Am I the only one that's wondered that? You know? Um, but what if I told you guys today that there's a life insurance policy out there that would actually give you all, okay, of the premium, the monthly payments that you make back while you're still alive if you don't use it? Let me tell y'all something. I cannot wait to tap into this policy. If y'all think I'm lying, I can't wait to get into this video because I'm telling you, I am not lying to you guys. And I am so excited to talk about this one particular policy. So, first things first, I need y'all to get something to drink, honey, because this is going to be tea. Get you a notepad and a pen so that you can tap into these gems. All right. But first off, let me give y'all a quick intro. If you are new to this channel, hey, my name's Angela, and I am a life insurance agent. I am a mom. I'm a Christian. I homeschool. I'm a wife. I also am an educator. I do a lot of things, y'all, but I have a lot of passions, okay? Any people out there that's multi-passionate like me, comment on this YouTube video because you are not alone, okay? And in this insurance space, what my passion is to help protect the things that people are working so hard to build. I feel like we all wake up each day and we are working hard. And I do not want anyone to lose the things that they're working so hard to build. And that's why I am so passionate about educating people on different types of insurance because you can use it while you're alive. Your family can benefit from it when you pass away. And it is just a way to build wealth and protect your financial assets. So, enough of that intro, y'all. Let's get to why y'all probably clicked on that video, and that's to find out about this policy that's going to give you all your money back if you don't use it. So, let me first make sure y'all know the name of the policy. So, this policy that does this is called Term Life Insurance with Return of Premium. Okay? Term Life Insurance with Return of Premium. That is the name of the policy. All right. Now, let me make sure if you are not familiar with the term life insurance that you have a full understanding of what that means before we move forward. So take notes. Term life insurance is temporary coverage. You can either get one that lasts for 10 years. So if you pass away within 10 years, your beneficiary gets that money. You could get one for 20 years, same concept as the 10 years, except it lasts 20. And then you can either get a 30-year term. Okay? After those years are up, the policy typically expires. Some companies will let you keep it. They just go up on the price. Some, it's gone. And there are options where you can convert a term life insurance policy into a whole life policy. But that's another video for another day. But if y'all have questions about that, comment below. But the main thing I want you guys to understand is it expires after that 10, 20, 30-year period typically. Okay? So, which means you no longer have the life insurance, right? That particular policy, okay? Now, term life is the cheapest, okay? It's cheaper than any other life insurance policy. You can get a term policy for dirt cheap, very cheap policies. Another thing I want you guys to understand about term life insurance too is I want to make sure you guys know what type of policy this is for, because you might be wondering, well, okay, cool, but I like that it's, less expensive and all of that, but why would I want something that expires? Well, it depends on the person. Here's a couple of scenarios. I'll give you 4 scenarios on the type of person that a term life insurance policy might be good for. One, somebody who's just looking for inexpensive coverage, okay? Two, someone who maybe has a mortgage. So if you have a house you're paying off on, and let's say you owe 20 years still on the home, or you just got a new home for a 30-year home loan, well, you can get a 30-year term policy for the price of your home loan. So if you were to pass away while you're still paying on that 30-year home, your family and your children or whomever you're leaving behind is not scuffling trying to not only figure out how to bury you, right? Because the primary reason for life insurance is for burial expenses so that our families aren't doing GoFundMe's and fish fries and scrambling trying to pay $10,000 to $15,000 to bury us, right? We don't want that burden. Okay, that's why I made this page, because I want to give y'all all the tea on life insurance, and I know it's not talked about. So, with that being said, you get a 30-year term policy and you have a home. Okay, what that means is, okay, you pass away during those 30 years, your family can now pay off the house. Whoever you're leaving behind can pay off the house comfortably and bury you without issues. Okay. So it's good for homeowners to have a term policy. Even if you have another type of policy on the side, which I always recommend multiple policies for different reasons, you definitely want to make sure you have a term if you're a homeowner. Okay. Thirdly, people who have small children. Okay. Or just children that are depending on you financially in general. Right now, I have a 7-year-old. Okay. It is essential for me to have a term policy because it's a lot of coverage for an inexpensive price. And if something were to happen to me while she's still growing up and depending on me, she can still be able to go to college. She doesn't inherit my debt that can be paid off. Okay. Because your girl still got the student loans. You feel me? Still working on that debt-free living. I'm almost there though. All right. But that's not a bad thing, right? But we don't want our people that are left behind to inherit that. And then a fourth type of person that this will be for, I always recommend it too for young families, people that are in their 20s, 30s, 40s. Not saying 50 plus is old, okay? I'm not saying that at all, but it is really good for people in that 20, 30 to 40 year age bracket, okay? Now that you guys have an understanding of term, what it is and who it's for, let me know if y'all have any questions about that too, okay? Because I want this to feel digestible. I don't want you guys taking in this information and still confused. So if something's like, wait, what? Just put it in the comments on this YouTube. Now that you guys know that, let's get back to the topic at hand. How do these policies give you your money back if you outlive that term? Return of premium. You have to get the ones that have return of premium, also known as ROP. Return of premium, ROP. Okay? Now, what would this look like? Well, let's just say, and I'll even do the math. So let me get my phone so I can do the math with y'all live. And if y'all want to get y'all's phones and pull up the calculator, you can do the math with me. Okay? And I am not like a super math pro, so I hope I get these calculations right. So if you are a super math pro and watching this, you guys let me know if I get it right. But anyways, I'm messing with y'all. But all right, so let's say you get $100,000 term policy for $100,000. And let's just say you're paying $30 a month and you get a 30-year term, okay? So I'm going to say you're paying $30 a month times 12 for a year. So you're paying about $360 a year total in premium, you know, because I did the 30 times 12. Now, if you're doing that for 30 years, that means at the end of your term, I don't know if you guys can see this, but you would get $10,800 back. What could you guys do with that money? What would you do with that money? You could use that money to put towards a down payment on a home, to start a business, to go on vacation, to save it, to invest for retirement, use a portion for another type of life insurance policy. But what that does is that does something that car insurance and health insurance, as important as it is, doesn't. It allows you to be able to have the safety net that you need to make sure that what you're working so hard to build is protected. And if you pass away, your family's not scrambling, because we don't want to leave that burden on them. It does that job, while also, okay, if it's not used within that time frame of the term, you can get that money back. You're not losing money. And some companies even have interest, so you may even get more than that. Let me do one more scenario. So let's say you're paying $60 a month for your term policy. Say you got $1 million one for $60 a month. Okay. And let's just say you're paying on that. Let's do 20 years. So I'll do 60 times 12. That means you're doing about $720 a year in premium times 20. That means at the end of that term, you get $14,400. Probably plus some interest, right? Now let's do one for 10 years. I know I said one more, but let's do one for 10 years. So let's say you're paying $50 a month for it. We're going to do the calculations here. For 10 years, you would get $6,000 back. What's so cool about this, y'all, is we already need life insurance anyway. It's a must, right? This is the only coverage that I know of right now that will allow you to be covered and protected. But then if you don't use it, okay, meaning it expires. We know life insurance is going to be used at some point because we're all going to die, right? That's just the reality of life, okay? May not be something we want to think about all the time, but it is our reality. And we don't have to think about it all the time, right? But we also want to make sure we're protected. Just like when we pay for car insurance, we don't want to think about getting in a car wreck and our car being totaled, or us possibly being injured, or even worse, passing away from the car accident. But we have car insurance to protect that asset. So how much better is it for us to protect our lives through term life insurance, but then have that option that, hey, if I don't use it, I get my premiums back. Okay? Now let me get y'all some quotes. Now that you guys know what this type of policy is, let me know. Do y'all think that's cool? I do. I think term with return of premium is so cool. So I'm going to make this video quick, y'all. My goal with this channel is to do bite-sized videos. So let me give y'all some quotes. And if y'all see my eyes kind of doing this, I'm pulling up my quoter, okay? So I'm going to give you guys a couple of scenarios at various ages. So I'll start for somebody, let's say a 32-year-old, okay? Let's say there's a male who is 32 years old that wants to get a $50,000 term policy, but he wants the return of premium term policy. You got to make sure, too, it's return of premium, y'all, because there's terms that don't have that. If he gets one for 30 years, he's looking at paying about $26 a month. Y'all, that's the price of 5 Happy Meals at McDonald's. 4. 4 Happy Meals. Okay. All right. Let's do a 20-year. So let's say he want to do 20-year. Now, 20-year would be about $35 a month. Why did that go up a little bit? Well, it's a shorter span. And I want to mention, too, some companies will even do 40-year terms. Okay. So let's say he wanted to do 10-year. Well, it would have to be, so let's do 15-year. It would be about $45 a month. Okay? He gets all his premiums back. So the shorter the term for return of premium, it'd be a little bit more, like, $7 to $10 more. Okay? But it's the same concept. Okay? So then if he outlives that term, he gets all that money back. But his family was still protected in the event if something were to happen, just like we don't anticipate we're going to need to go to the hospital or the ER, but we pay for health insurance. We pay for car insurance. It's the same concept. I'm just trying to also help y'all with the psychology of life insurance as well. Let's do somebody a little bit older, though. So let's say we have somebody that is a male that's 45. Okay, let's do 45 real quick. A 45-year-old, if he wants the return of premium, and let's say he does a 30-year term, you're looking at $51 a month. Okay. Now let's do let's do females now. So male policies do cost a little bit more than females. So let's do a female that's 45. She would pay $51 a month. Let it for a 30-year term for $50K. If we wanted to do a 32-year-old female, if she wanted a 30-year term, we're looking at about $26 a month. Okay. So yeah, y'all, I can give different scenarios here, but I don't want to ramble. But if you guys would be interested in knowing how much a term life insurance policy with return of premium would be for you, or maybe someone in your family, I'll make sure in the description of this video, you guys have my link where you can book either a free information call with me and we can do quotes together, or you can fill out my quick quote form that I'll attach to the description of this too, where you put your information in and I'll be able to get you a customized quote so you know how much it would be for you, or you can even do one for someone in your family. Now, make sure if you guys do the quick quote form that you guys, at the end, I have my number where you can text me. Please text me and let me know that you've completed it, because the form won't alert me. And sometimes I have several people doing that at one time, so I need to connect that to you. Okay. But let's do one more scenario, y'all, because my goal is not to make long videos, right? So let me do one more scenario, and let me do like a 50-year-old. So let's say you are 55 years old, and let's say you want, let's see, let's say $30,000 with return of premium, 30 years. It would be about $64 a month. Okay. You want it like 20K? Let's see if it'll let me do 20K. It won't let me do 20K. So we probably have to keep it at 30K. Let me give y'all a little bit more. Let's say y'all want to bump it up to 40K, which you'll get to choose your numbers. But let's see what that gives us. About $83 a month for the return of premium. Okay. So I hope this video was helpful. I don't want it to be too long. I never want any of my videos to go past 10 to 15 minutes. So I've already made this one a little too long because I want this to be bite-sized, digestible information for you guys. But listen, before you guys go, I need y'all to remember to like this video if you find this helpful. Comment and let me know, what do you think of this policy, the return of premiums, and share this with 3 to 5 people that you know. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you have questions, I love to answer questions and provide free resources. Just put it in the comments, friend. No gatekeeping over here. Not to mention, if you are like getting curious now and you're like, well, how much would it be for me? Don't forget to book a call or do a quick quote form. All right. And all that will be in the description of this video. So I love you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed our life insurance T-chat. And I hope to see you at the next one. Make sure you keep your notifications on so you'll know when the next video is coming.